I'm Chuck Hanovich, I'm married to Beth Webb. I'm Beth Webb's husband.
And I'm Beth Webb, married to Chuck Hanovich, who built this house in the low country of South Carolina at Brays Island.
I've always felt that the land or the site dictates the architecture. Bought the lot, so it was just totally overgrown. Then we got on top of our car and we tried to decide, do we want to look at the marsh or look at the pond? And we decided we want to look both ways, so that's why I came up with the idea of a glass house.
Chuck said, why don't you come down for the weekend? We were dating. And when I got here, you know, I drove up and I was like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely staggeringly amazing. And I walked in and, you know, the architecture, what great bones there were. But Chuck had 2 sofas and a lamp. So he was very into minimalism at the time. And I was like, sweetie, it's beautiful and it's very contemporary and I think it needs a little bit of softness. Amazingly, he trusted me with the process. Everyone asks me about the natural neutrals. Even though I'm neutral, if you look around the room, there's actually quite a lot of depth of color with caramels and chocolates and creams and golds and blacks and grays. So, you know, I always say texture's my color. So this is the main room of the house, and this is the room that we really live in the most. As you can see, I mean, it's a very long space with incredibly high ceilings. So for me, it was really important that we break up the space and we do multiple seating areas. The bar happens to be the centerpiece of the room. We created that bar space so that everyone could come in and serve themselves. That's the first place they go. So we do live in this house, and every inch of it gets lived in. It looks large from the exterior, but it really lives small. We entertain a lot, and we love to entertain. And part of Brays is really, you know, there are a lot of dinners at home. People host multiple gatherings at home constantly. You know, here I just really take advantage of being in the low country and low country produce and the seasonal farm to table, and I love to cook. I love a romantic bedroom. We've got scrim curtains hanging around the bed that sort of diffuse the light. It's very diaphanous.
So the first time I slept in the bed, after she redid it with the hangings, I woke up and I thought I had died and gone to heaven.
So I often talk about the non-kitchen kitchen because this kitchen is actually open to the main room. It was very important that it be and read very subtly. The countertops were very dated, so we recently replaced these. It's a granite that reads like a Brazilian soapstone, and I think it relates beautifully to the black and steel and to the wood walls and the new wood ceiling. And then of course you can see how it relates to the dining room. This becomes the every night dinner, and it becomes the intimate family dinner. And this is our library. It really is the sort of private space in our house. And every single night after dinner, this is where we end up. And it's intimate, it's warm, it's cozy. This also happens to be my office. I usually keep a set of binoculars on the desk. Chuck had beautiful Federal pieces that he'd collected.
I mean, I personally felt the Federal furniture kind of fit in certain places with the stone, and of course Beth, she made it much more beautiful. This was initially the master bedroom. When Chuck built the house,
This whole loft space was the master bedroom. We've just added a lot of finished details. We added the bookshelf. This is now Chuck's office, work from home. He's upstairs with the view of the marsh. This is an upper terrace. We really sit out here a lot. You've got these sweeping vistas. It really feels like you're in a savanna in Africa.
Well, here you really live inside and outside. The outside is inside and it just flows through. That's the real beauty to this property and to this house, is the structure of the house did not interrupt nature.
My first time in this house, because it's like living in an aquarium, but we're the animals and sort of nature is looking at us. The alligators are normally stacked across the stake.
And this is actually where we got married. Oh, there's the alligator. See him right here? He just went under by pointing at him.